everyone. Oh.
Hi. Sorry, I was going to say that Gnarly's in here with me.
Yeah, Benji is in here with me too, but he won't be in here the whole episode. So he's just here to say hi at the beginning because he wants to say hello. It's kind of his thing now.
Yeah, Gnarly will be here the whole episode, and she will be chewing that toy to keep herself entertained. So it's better than crying. You either get the high-pitched whines or the toy chewing.
Or the barking at nothing. That's what my dog likes to do. He's super interesting. Anyway, my name is Julie.
I'm Hope.
And this is Bucky Boo's podcast. Thank you for listening. We have a really fun episode today. We got the boys on, but we're going to do our booze or lose in our own little thing before we bring them on. And
Yes.
yeah. Okay, let's start with booze or lose. We are drinking the Milk Creek Easy Days IPA. It says it is a low-cal IPA, hops, Cascade, Chinook, El Dorado, Huel Melon, Summit, and Warrior. 45 IBUs, 4.2% alcohol. It looks cute and good.
Yeah, it looks good. I am so glad you decided to read that, so I didn't have to.
This is from Nolansville. I didn't know.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mill Creek is in Nolansville, which is where I bought it. I was in
cool.
Nolansville when I bought it. We should go down there.
Yeah, we should. I mean, I've emailed them several times. I don't know if they want us to, but we can still go for fun. Are you okay?
What the fuck? It says my internet connection is unstable.
Well, you look fine.
That's so weird. I've never gotten that before. My internet hasn't changed.
It might just be the rain or something.
Yeah, or my bitch-ass neighbors. They're somehow messing with it.
I am going to use my card to get it, to pop it open because I can't do it. Okay, hope no one saw my card number. Anyway. Okay, smells good.
I think we have the same idea.
It's just kind of sour, isn't it?
It's not sour.
My head hurts so bad. I
don't like it. I'm so sorry, Mill Creek. Like, I support y'all. I really do. But this is not for me.
I feel like the carbonation is hurting my head.
It is super carbonated. And then on top of that, like, I feel like, okay, so we usually like things in about this 45 IBU range. That's like what we usually like. But this somehow tastes like, I don't know, like the flavors in it aren't, it just tastes like hops and it doesn't taste like there's no depth.
Yeah, I think like when I take my sips, I think it tastes sour, like so bitter that it tastes sour, but
yeah, it's bitter, but not, there's a difference.
I think it tastes sour. I'm not confusing the two. I just think it tastes sour.
Because I'm thinking of like sour beers that we've tried and it doesn't taste like that.
No, I don't mean sour like a sour beer. Like I think it tastes like sour, like gone bad sour. Mine just yeah. So I don't know. Maybe I just got like a funky one.
Flavors. Yeah, the flavors. I don't know. Off though.
Unfortunately, I hate to do it, but yeah, I think this one's a lose for me.
Yeah,
I would never buy it again.
I would never buy it, and I also would never recommend it to anybody. Yeah. It's just like really, I'm like sitting here trying to taste it more. It's like, I don't even know.
It's like off-putting.
Yeah.
Like it's off-putting. Like it doesn't taste like, it tastes like, hold on, let me check the can. Like, is this, like, let me check the label. Like you feel taken back. You know what you're getting yourself into, especially when we read all the description, But it's not like that. This isn't just like easy days IPA. This is like really hard, bad, rough day IPA. Like it's like
but it's not even a high enough alcohol percentage.
I know, it's 4.2. I think we'll stop bullying everyone like this beer, but not for me.
I know they're like a
Anyway.
small brand, so I didn't mean to.
Yeah. And we're like really famous, so
To them.
anyway.
I know. We are less famous than they are, so I'm sure they're not hurting.
What are you into?
Oh, I'm into finding ways to piss off my neighbors and the IRA. Piss off my neighbors and the HOA.
Okay, that's better.
Because I put up a tent, which they're not allowed, but I didn't know that. Who the hell reads the HOA documents? Not me.
Yeah.
And I was only keeping it up for like a day. I was going to take it down the same day, but it was raining and I couldn't put the tent down while it was raining because it's wet. So I'm waiting for it to dry, and then it rained again yesterday. So it's been up for 2 days. And I got a fucking complaint, a notice from the HOA saying I need to take it down, and like I got written up or whatever. But it's like, why the hell didn't my neighbors like come talk to me or write me a note or be like, hey, this is against HOA, just so you know, and like try to resolve it before they go fucking complain? Like I'm doing with my loud ass neighbors. I'm going to resolve it with them. And if they don't, I'm going to use that damn recording that I have and give it to the HOA.
Yeah.
Like, what the hell?
Damn. I would be upset then in my living area to know that there's a bitch out there.
Oh, I know. So here's what I have. I've read the governing documents, and shout out to McLean, my old roommate. She gave me the idea to like get some fucking garden gnomes because those aren't against HOA. So I'm gonna get some tacky ass garden gnomes, like ugly ass tacky ass gnomes. Because I don't care if it looks tacky. I don't give a shit what my outside looks like. And then I'm going to get bumper stickers, like big stickers to put on my car and Hunter's car that says fuck the HOA and anyone who complains to them. And that's that.
Okay, well, good. It sounds like you got
Yeah,
it
I'm gonna
resolved.
try. Well, not really, because I wanna get more, like just do more and more things constantly. And if they like don't stop complaining about me, then I'm just going to complain to them because there's a guy that we're not allowed to have signs. There's a guy that has fucking Trump signs in his house. We're not allowed to have bird feeders because of the squirrels. There's a guy that has a bird feeder and it's just squirrels. We're not allowed to have like outdoor lights. There's some guy with like hanging lights. Like all this shit that because to the neighbors, they're cool with it because it's pro Trump and the outside lights look nice and they don't mind bird feeders. It's fine. But if it's me, it pisses them off.
Yeah.
And so they complain.
I get it.
Like,
I get
what?
it, girl. I get it, girl.
It's because I'm
all right.
trashy.
Well, remember my old neighbor that used to park in my grass, even though I told her 8 million times not to park in my grass?
Yeah.
That one never got resolved. I think the last thing I did was like leave a napkin that I had written a note on and left some cookies, and like nothing ever came of it. But
no, I remember that. We like wrote the note together.
yeah, and it's just like, okay, dumbass bitch. Anyway, um, well, that's nice. That's a good what are you into? I'm personally not into shit at the moment. I say that every week? I might. I'm not really into
You
anything.
say that you're not. You say that you're not every single week, and then you like talk for 15 minutes about something. I do the same shit though. I'm not like making fun of you. I'm just saying.
Well, I'm not really into anything other than the fact that I have a sinus infection, you guys. And let me tell you,
into it?
it's really in me. And like this is the first time I've ever had one. So it's just been like the worst day ever. But I did go to the doctor, which like made me feel really adult. I took care of that by myself. And I got medicine, and yeah, that's it. No, that's all. So everyone just like pray for your and my therapy guys. So I did I didn't even start, it wasn't even my first session. It was just like a screening. They were like asking me all these questions to figure out where to put me, I guess. And I did it and it was nice. And then for the rest of the day, I like cried my eyes out because I was like just so emo about it, you know? Like, I don't know, like admitting like your issues to people and like having to answer yes to so many questions makes you feel a little crazy. So it was a really weird and emo day for me. But once I got over that initial hump, you know, I'm fine now and I'm ready to get this show on the road.
Yeah, hell yeah. I have a psych appointment tomorrow.
Hell yes, we are so crazy.
So I think I mentioned I was on a new medicine and I couldn't drink.
Yeah, you did.
I don't care anymore. I'm like,
you were like, but the medicine might not work anyway. And I was like, okay.
Yeah, probably won't. I feel like I just am not a medicine type person. I've tried so many, but I can't do it consistently. The only medicine I think I'd be able to take is fucking Adderall, and I don't want to take it because it's meth.
Adderall is meth?
Yeah, basically.
Oh, that shit's
it's
fire.
Like
no wonder.
Meth. Yeah.
Well, cool. All right. Well, I guess let's jump into the episode. Hey guys, so here we are. Yes, we did. So here are the boys from Feelin Lucky. Somebody take it away. Say hello.
Me? Like us? Perfect. I'm lucky. I didn't know if we were still muted.
Take Hope's finger away, or what are we taking away?
Stop. Now you're like forcing us to leave in the fucking asshole shit now because you keep referencing it.
That's the idea.
Well, it's again, if you listen to our podcast, you should have seen that coming.
This is JJ, and we're hijacking a podcast.
So
forcible takeover completed by yours truly, Big Daddy.
Oh, big bitch.
The big bitch.
Oh, I forgot about the big bitch.
Throwback.
Yeah.
Throwback.
To be
we
fair,
have multiple
too.
big bitches on our podcast.
Yeah, we just have a lot of bitches is really what it comes down to.
Most of them are big though.
Yeah, none of them ours.
We're two of the biggest.
Okay.
All right. So we're going to just do a few like would you rather questions kind of thing, I guess, like either or questions.
Debatey kind of thing.
Yeah, we are master debaters.
Yeah, ambidextrous too.
Some of us bigger than others.
How do they laugh so much?
This.
I just I wonder. Okay, so I have one that I just thought it was really cute and funny, and I don't know. It says, "Would you rather be really big or really small, like your whole person?"
Oh boy, I'm glad you clarified.
Because
are we talking about really big, like 10 feet tall versus like
like a
1
tiny
foot?
little thing? Yeah,
or like inches.
Okay, like inches or like huge.
Yeah,
you make that. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was almost the scale exactly.
They are regretting this so much.
So I would rather be little small because I feel like it's easier. Like really small, you could get in places, you could sneak around.
I don't know about that.
Yeah. Well,
I think being small would be good because it's kind of like Thumbelina vibes. Like
you could be more compact.
You're fun. You're little.
Mm-hmm.
You can like sleep
you're
under
light.
glass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If you're big though, you're I guess a small person is not a small person, but someone that's really small is a freak, but like a big person, you can like live in the wilderness like Bigfoot.
But why would you as a regular person want to live in the wilderness?
Just to fuck with people, honestly.
I'm an outdoorsy guy. Yeah, true.
I'd get the full Bigfoot costume and just like fuck around all day.
You would make so much money. You could like make a business fucking with people.
I don't think you'd need a costume if you were that large. I think that would be scary enough.
Well, you need to be hairy,
yeah,
right?
That would be fucking terrifying.
But on the serious note, as like a male who's 5'8", I identify as a tiny person already, so I'll probably stay as is.
I love how roughly average is small.
Short kings. I love that.
I think I would definitely be large than I already
Just
am.
because you already are large.
Like bigger bitch.
Yeah. Well,
Bigger.
It's like the idea.
bigger. Yeah. Bigger.
The
Bigger.
biggest
They
Yeah.
don't
bitch.
call
For
you
sure.
little daddy.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
at some point they might just out of irony. Be Lil Daddy and Lil John.
Okay.
Little stump.
my
Little
my
stumps.
question was kind of like fall themed. My first one, like, which is the better fall holiday, Thanksgiving or Halloween? And it sounds boring, but there are points to it
Okay.
if you really
Here for
think
'em.
about it.
You're forgetting the most important one, Hope.
Yeah.
Blackout
Shit.
Wednesday.
Oh, never mind.
It's gotta be Blackout Wednesday.
She just
She was
says
like
never
so
mind.
offended. She was like, "Oh, what?
I'm definitely not. Oh,
This is
touche.
not where I was going."
National treasure.
Blackout
Oh.
Wednesday.
Well-
So that's the day before Halloween, right? Or no, the day before Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, and then there's Black Friday.
Yes.
That's
Julie,
true
I want
too.
to know
Yeah,
what
I love
holiday
Black
you were
Friday.
thinking of.
Well, I was thinking about Christmas, but
That is
Holiday.
just so far
I
from
just
fall.
okay.
Isn't that
That's where I thought we
Slash
were going.
/ October.
So I'm
My
a big
biggest-
fan of the Easter Bunny, right?
So hear me out.
St. Patrick's Day is my favorite.
Yeah.
I personally,
holiday.
I was thinking that Halloween was better because one, it has really good movies that come with it. Two, you can get really fucking drunk at parties. Three, slutty costumes.
My
Four, free
favorite.
candy. So like, there's not much to not like.
That's a hell of an argument.
Yeah.
I like
think I froze and
Thanksgiving.
missed some of it, so I didn't
You still like
actually
Thanksgiving
hear it, but I'll go
more
back
after
and
my
listen.
all of my wonderful points.
Well, it's
Jules,
because I
sell
think
us on Thanksgiving.
because Thanksgiving you also can get really drunk at Thanksgiving, and there's gravy at Thanksgiving, and you can do a Friendsgiving where you can do kind of slutty outfit, so you can kind of have
That's
it all.
Blackout Wednesday, Jules. That's why you're talking about Blackout Wednesday.
Maybe
That's
I'm
always
talking about Black
Friendsgiving.
Oh,
I just-
The day
okay.
before.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
so
the
the
day
only argument I
before.
have here then is the gravy, and then the rest, I guess, yeah, I can give it to Halloween. I take it back. I take it back.
Does gravy hold that much weight for you?
Depends on how big
Yeah.
the bowl is.
That was-
Yeah.
No, don't laugh at that. Nobody laugh at that. That wasn't funny.
That's post laugh. Let's not laugh.
I think I might be Thanksgiving. I don't know. I eat a lot anyway. I plan that whole weekend on just being like stuffed and uncomfortably full. And that's like my favorite foods ever. All of them.
And leftovers.
True.
Oh, the weekend leftovers are
Especially if
probably
your
better than
parents
actual
cook and you bring back
I
so
have
much
a-
food.
I have a question
Yep.
because are y'all all from Milwaukee?
Wisconsin.
Yeah.
No,
yeah.
no, I'm a southerner through and through.
Really?
Southerner
Just
for about
moved to
6
this
weeks.
The accent. Well, I was wondering, do y'all have dressing or do you do stuffing?
Stuff.
Dressing.
Wait,
You do
Ooh.
dressing?
Yeah.
My
We
parents
do
do
dressing
both.
in my family.
We do
what
too.
is dressing?
Cornbread.
I don't even know what that is.
It's
When you say
like-
dressing, I think of ranch, like ranch dressing.
Dressing is like crumbled up cornbread and seasonings and stuff. It's kind of like stuffing, but you don't cook it inside a turkey.
You
I've always
just
kind of-
described stuffing.
I've kind of heard those terms used interchangeably, so I've had both.
So I've never had it stuffed in the turkey with my family. So that's like,
Yeah, me
that's
either.
where
Then
I
that's
draw
not
the
dressing.
difference.
I've never
isn't
actually had
dressing
it
like
stuffed in there
cornbread and
either.
stuffing is like regular bread, and it's like cubed.
Cornbread, yeah. We have cornbread up here, and it's like just cornbread. That's its own thing.
Sounded like
though.
you
It's
said
not
cornbread.
dressing.
No,
Corn-
but dressing
I-
is like you take cornbread and you like crumble it all up and then you mix it with like eggs and sage and onions and celery and all that shit and you cook it.
That just That sounds fantastic, but no, I've never had that.
It is.
Is that so? Is
I was
that
just
that's a
curious
Southern
about
thing
that.
or a Southern and JJ thing?
I don't know. I mean, it might not just be a Southern thing, but
Gotcha.
I've
Marty,
never heard
can
of
you
a
weigh in
Southerner
on
that
this?
eats stuffing.
Big Daddy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Let's.
damn.
Yeah, it has been
Hate
too
when
long.
that happens.
Every episode. I have never had it stuffed in a turkey either, but I guess I would go. I guess I they both have their merits. So one of them is a little, I think of as being kind of like chunkier, and then one of them is a more even consistency, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I get that.
So but in my opinion, they have similar flavors. So
No, yeah, I think that's the same seasoning.
yeah, I think it's the same seasonings. It's more or less the same idea, just executed slightly differently. So I guess for me, it probably just would depend on my mood. Sometimes sometimes it's nice to just have it a more even consistency and smoother, whereas sometimes it's like more chewing involved.
Sometimes I don't feel like chewing either.
It's a great breakdown. That's a
But
great
also, I love
breakdown.
how in depth.
I know. I love
So
that.
I've got a stuffing question. Do you guys do like homemade stuffing or do you do it out of the box?
We don't have stuffing, but we do homemade dressing.
Gotcha. Fuck, that's right. JJ and Big Daddy.
I'm pretty sure it's Stouffer's. I'm very.
I need it to be Stouffer's. I love just the box, which I know you can get year round, but
never had
that's
it.
the only time I eat it.
I have
find
two
it. It is
boxes in
so
my
good.
cabinet right now. Don't know
I
why,
never
but I
never
do.
had it.
Outside of
I don't-
never eat it outside of Thanksgiving.
But as far as like at actual Thanksgiving, my mom definitely makes it from scratch.
GS.
She makes everything from scratch. So
All right.
that's
Did
the
you hear
best
that?
way
And
to have it.
just to like, how big is your Thanksgiving? Can we take a moment to talk about how big Big Daddy's Thanksgiving celebration has to be?
Like
94 people.
6, 7, 8 years ago, like we had to move from turkeys to pterodactyls because turkeys just weren't big enough anymore. So if that gives you any idea. The Thanksgiving ostrich shows up every year.
Thanksgiving
ostrich.
My favorite Thanksgiving was last year because it was just me and my fiance. We didn't have to see anybody's family. And I cooked it all. And I love the way I cook. I have great skills.
Controversial
I'd say
take.
I do belong in the kitchen. I would make an amazing housewife.
Lucky man.
Controversial take maybe, but I love hanging out with my family on Thanksgiving.
There's nothing like disappointing my family on Thanksgiving. That's my favorite part.
Yeah,
I think I would, but every Thanksgiving I'm just so hungover from Blackout Wednesday.
Well, that's fair. That's
So
fair.
it's
I like it a lot less if I
around
celebrate that holiday vigorously.
I guess I'll have to start doing Blackout Wednesday because I've never done that, but my family's just a mess.
You have to do it. Do you live where you like grew up, like same area, or did you move?
No, I live in the same town.
Okay, perfect. That's like the best place to do it because you go out to the bar and like it's all people you didn't want to see from high school and you're all miserable together and you all just get blackout drunk. It's phenomenal.
It's the best thing ever.
You get to see the like star running back that's gained 300 pounds. It's amazing.
JJ's full breakdown of Blackout Wednesday when we had that discussion a while ago on the podcast was one of the most eloquent breakdowns of a drinking holiday that I've ever heard in my life.
It was beautiful.
It was majestic.
Beautiful. Shakespearean-esque.
Oh, it really was.
I practiced that one for weeks.
You were like making notes, memorizing it.
Yeah,
I called the president's speech writer and I was like, all right, I have a topic. I need you to write this for me.
The most effort anyone has put into a podcast ever, and it's to talk about a holiday where you black out.
Involved contacting the president's speech writer.
But boy, did I put in the work on that one.
Yeah. All right.
I
Okay.
just got a
Do you wanna
weird
an-
notification. Yeah, hold on.
Yeah, I did too. Did you want to ask that next question or?
Yeah,
do you
my
want me to
next
go again?
question is really juicy. Is everything okay?
Ooh,
Okay.
Just like us.
I like juicy.
Yes. It's what came first, the chicken or the egg?
Oh, we talked
Ooh.
about this.
Yes. I want
There's
to
a-
hear your thoughts.
Do you want like the real boring answer?
Yes, I've been wondering for so long.
With
Boring answer.
without a chicken, no egg ever gets created or hatched.
Yeah.
But without
So, but did
egg,
the
there's no
chicken?
chicken.
Yeah.
I think
But so
Is
this
the chicken kind
so
of
the
like
chicken it came from like a fish or something?
right?
the
Like,
chick-
where does the chicken come from?
It didn't
It
just
has to come from an egg.
has
Yeah,
it
Big
just
Daddy. Fuck you.
is the chicken and always was the chicken? You know what
It
I
just
mean?
is and always
It
was the
is?
chicken. It just appeared, right?
Mhm.
Is, was, am.
It's got to be the
See?
chicken, right? Because at some point,
it
someone
has to be
goes,
the
huh,
chicken.
that's a chicken. And then it
Mhm.
becomes a thing, right? It's just a bird till someone
Mhm.
like points it out and gives it a name, right?
Oh, well, the first thing
Mhm.
though, the first thing
I
had to
guess.
be an egg, right? An
Mhm.
egg has to hatch a chicken.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, but
But you
No,
can't have
but
egg without chicken.
yeah, where's the egg coming from?
The chicken.
Yeah, that's what I'm
yeah, right,
saying.
right.
Mhm.
But the chicken came from the egg.
Right, but
So
it's
it
simple.
has-
It's simple. It's simple. An egg. Have you guys ever raised chickens?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, extensive knowledge actually.
Yeah, I thought so. If
I actually
anybody
have
was
some
a
in my
farmer in
apartment
our
right
group, it
now.
was definitely JJ. From his 22nd
obsession with
story
goats.
penthouse.
You're just jumping off the balcony.
He's just launching chickens into flight off the balcony every other afternoon.
Why the chicken crossed the road because JJ punted it off his
Because
balcony.
JJ yeah, exactly.
Crossed the entire city.
crossed the block out of sheer desperation and a borderline windfall.
Okay. So this next
Wait,
question.
does that conclude that? What did we decide as
I
the
like.
Chickens.
I'm convinced
Chicken.
it's the egg. I think I'm
Chicken.
convinced it's the egg.
That's
So
silly.
how does the egg
But
become a
who laid-
chicken then without a chicken around to hatch the egg?
When
How
we
does
talked about this
anything
last
become
time, we
anything?
said it like came from like, you know,
The
a
ocean.
pterodactyl or some shit.
Yeah, so the chicken definitely came first. Right?
No, like it
That
like,
was very circular
evolved.
reasoning, but somehow I liked it.
Like it was born
Because they're on your side.
from
Well,
like an
that's probably true.
evolved thing. I don't know.
I'm
This
just
says-
losing
no
sleep over
idea.
this. Okay, it's fine. We can
It-
move on.
It's
Well,
a
if
chicken.
you-
Message me later. I'll explain it to you.
If you believe in
I'm
like
right.
Darwinism or whatever, at one point, like an egg mutated to hatch a chicken. And that's
Yeah.
what starts the line, right? So it has to be the chicken has to come from a mutated egg, and then the chicken gives birth to, and not gives birth, but lays an egg,
Chicken
and then
egg.
that becomes another chicken. So it has to be the chicken, right?
Sure. As long as you're
But-
saying,
That was
as
But
long
didn't
as you're
what you
saying
just-
chicken.
But what
I
you
didn't
just
like it.
explained was the egg.
But it's like the egg of another animal, right? Is it like,
Okay,
is
and
it-
then the chicken came out.
and then like a
different-
chicken comes out.
Yeah.
I'm probably totally
But
wrong,
that's
but that's how it works
just,
here.
It's fine. Move on. Let's go.
Okay.
I'm gonna be mad for
Instagram
the
famous
rest of
or
the
Twitter
episode now.
famous?
But
Instagram famous or
Instagram
Twitter
famous because well,
I'd rather be
Okay.
Twitter famous for sure.
Me too.
it's-
I've been told I have
yeah.
a dump truck, so it has to be Twitter for me.
I was-
Or Instagram, sorry.
I was JJ just beat me to the joke I was gonna tell, which honestly, par for the course.
That's what happens when we're not all together. Just have to jump on top of each other. I think
Twitter.
probably Twitter because funny people live on Twitter and I'd rather be funny than hot.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Ooh, that's a good rationale.
Yeah.
It could be both.
Yeah. To
Plus,
be
we all
Instagram
we all
famous,
have-
you have to be well not on this
Luckily,
podcast.
we are
you
both.
can't
Yeah.
be.
Plus, we all have
not on
faces.
Feelin Lucky.
We-
Bucky
we've got
Booze
we've got
is
faces for
full
Twitter.
of hot and funny. Yeah, right. Faces for Twitter and
And the
voices
physique for
radio.
Twitter.
Yeah, well, let's not Instagram shame.
I love Twitter.
I love Twitter.
I
Okay,
love
this
Twitter
is
so much.
my next one.
Little stumps can exist on Twitter and not on Instagram. So
Nobody
Twitter-
gets that reference. We're not
Twitter-
on Feeling Lucky.
Twitter final answer.
Okay.
Jesus Christ.
Would you like to live forever? My answer is no. How about y'all?
No. Oh God, no. I'm
I would have
hoping
liked
for
to
like
never been
another
born.
solid 3
Yeah.
years.
Actually.
Yeah, right.
It's like the anti-live forever.
I had food poisoning this morning, and I was hoping it would take me out. So there's no way I'm living forever.
Every time I'm
morning?
hungover, I just
I spent most of Sunday praying for an early release from this cruel world. So I'm gonna say no. I don't want to live forever.
Okay. Cool.
If
So we
you
all agree
did
with
live
no.
forever, would you rather be a ghost or a human? Like if you lived forever, like you can't live forever in your body because it would be disgusting. But
I'd
like,
rather
what
be
if you
a
could live forever as a
ghost.
ghost? I would love to be a ghost.
Yeah, you don't have
Yeah,
to
that-
have like
people-
work and
You don't have
stuff.
to pay bills or anything.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
you could just
yeah.
go wherever you want.
Level of fuckery I would get into as a ghost.
Oh, it would
Oh.
be
But
I think
so much fun.
I would be scared of other ghosts though.
Me too.
Because
Yeah,
like
I'd
if
be
I met a
scared.
ghost
What?
from fucking 1710 or some shit, I would be freaked the fuck out. Like, ew.
More so if you were already also a ghost.
Yeah, because they're still scary and older.
They're like, "Oh, what the fuck? There's more of me? Holy shit.
Like if I
But
even
they're
if I
still
was
scary.
scared, I would be scared of the other ghosts.
And they could
Like,
be
it's kind
bad.
of gross that they're still around.
It could be bad ghosts and good ghosts, like in Twilight with the vampires.
There's
Well,
ghosts in
I feel like
Twilight.
there are a lot of
Ever.
ghost references you could have used.
Um,
Like Casper versus
There's
fucking
literally
Paranormal
like
Activity, but it's-
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, like there were so many.
Ghostbusters.
Wait, so there's now
there's-
ghosts in Twilight?
No, just forget that I said anything about
It was a
it.
bad
I'm
comparison.
so
Yeah.
just like the
This
vampires.
Twilight's been allegorical this whole time.
I've only seen like 3 movies, so
Yeah,
You can
she's
go.
seen like Twilight,
New Moon,
Crazy Rich Asians. What was the other movie?
Despicable Me.
I don't think there's
Mamma
ghosts
Mia.
in
I
that
still have
one.
to
That's
see
fair.
Crazy Rich Asians. I've heard that's
It's
super
so
Oh.
good.
A great movie. No ghosts though, so it doesn't
Wow.
work for this.
good. Well,
Ah.
we can reference them. It'll be fine.
They're not
Yeah,
gonna
just
know any
pull a
better.
Julie. Figure it out. One way we'll get there.
There's a
All
room
right.
full of people from 1710 pissed off at me because I'm referencing them.
And they're all right behind you right now.
Nope, still just 4 dogs.
I've been dealing with my dog this whole episode, so sorry I keep on standing up and grabbing pillows.
I think
Crazy.
my dog rolled around in poop or something that smells really bad before I brought him in, and I didn't give him a bath because I literally walked him and then came and started this up, and it's awful. So this is a flu game for me. I'm dealing with a lot over here.
This is like your 4th consecutive flu game.
The
Really a
other
flu
3 have just
lifetime,
been
actually.
hangovers.
At some point, we should probably.
And that's going back
re-identify.
to boy, do I not want to live forever.
All right. This one says going out or Netflix and chill.
Boy, that's not a fair question to ask some of us.
I guess like as a first date or something.
Oh, like as a first date
Okay.
or just in regular life? Because first date, I would never probably ever Netflix and chill with someone.
I was
don't.
gonna say I don't think
Yeah.
Netflix and chill
Or is
is a
it?
first date.
It's
I
a
think it's
third.
called a hookup.
Let's
That's-
just
that's
say
just
in
go-
normal life.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you, JJ.
I got you. Ding.
Ding.
Yeah, we
So,
don't have names here.
in normal life, is it like out of I have to go out of necessity because Netflix and chilling for me is so boring. It's just me and my dog. So like I have to
Well,
go out constantly.
Well,
So like by default, I think it's going out.
yeah, I think for me, I would have to choose going out. Not saying I don't like just watching TV and stuff, but I'm a little social butterfly. I like to go out.
I Netflix.
Come on.
I like Netflix and chill way more often, but I still thought that Netflix and chill was just like fucking like.
Just,
I meant it like
Would
chilling.
you rather get your dick wet, or would you rather go out and?
Lucky,
Well,
your
if that's
options
the
are: would you
case-
rather fuck the girl or have your best friend fuck the girl at the bar?
If you go out, Lucky, somebody's getting their
No, I
dick wet,
just
and it's
can't.
not you.
It's certainly not. Well, I can't imagine. So Netflix and chill. Are you like drinking? Because I can't imagine a girl like wanting to have sex with me sober. So we have to go out first.
Nick.
Have to go out and get some liquid courage.
No.
Okay, so are we talking about just like hanging out at home and watching TV? That's where I thought we were going with that.
I don't know. I guess so. I mean, I personally do hang out at home and watch TV more than I go out.
Mhm.
So
Just because I have a job and I have to wake up early the next day.
Whoa.
My answer
So do I,
remains the same.
surprisingly, but I think
I'm going
yeah,
out. I think
just
you're dying
by-
alone on this
by
hill.
default.
yeah, on a date, I'm going out for sure.
Yeah. Like if it's for a date,
Yeah,
I
I
would.
think so.
There's
rather
too
go
much to
out.
do out. I mean, your options out are literally infinite.
Yeah.
Your options
Yeah.
at home is literally TV.
Yeah.
Well, no, sucks if for some of us.
No, you
Well,
can
Not
have
some
sex.
of us. Not some
Yeah,
of
not
you.
not this half of the podcast, but
I was, let's not over define here. Oh boy.
Speak
Okay.
for
They're
yourself.
going out, it's fine, it's fine. Yeah, right. Yeah,
Well, we were.
I get that.
Yeah. Listen to the podcast and you'll find out what we mean.
Okay. Is it my turn? Okay, this is just like a talk. I actually don't know what this is. It's on the list. It just says Santa Claus is, and then in all caps, evil. So I feel like we should break that down. Why would they say that about him?
I think probably because he decides whether kids are good or bad, I guess. Like he's the judgment.
But so do they. They
Like, what
decide
are you,
before they go
God?
be good or bad. There's nothing wrong with
I
Santa.
think it's
shit.
I think that the argument is like, have you guys heard the argument where like people are wanting Santa to like just not be a thing because spoiler for anyone that listens, he's like not
Oh
real.
my God, bitch.
So like parents. Oh, all right.
I'm
Okay.
sorry.
You really
No,
really
it's okay. It's
There was a bug.
yeah. It's like, bitch, Santa is
He's like,
real
oh my
as
God.
fuck." Okay, well, I'll just
Sorry.
stop my argument then.
No. Continue.
There
Crouching
was a
tiger.
bug. I had to
like-
like kill
like-
it.
Parents are lying to their kids because Santa's like not real. So that
Yeah.
might be it. That's like how
It's
I
like-
interpreted it right away.
I saw that.
I saw the whole like, yeah, they're like poorer parents are complaining because like richer parents are like buying their kids better shit from Santa, and then their kids like go to
Yeah.
school and they're like, oh, like I got like socks for Christmas, and then the kid's like, oh, I got the new Xbox and the flat screen, and like
That's
so I think
sad
that's
as
a,
fuck.
yeah, so I think that's a major argument against Santa Claus.
Santa. Well, then if it's not
Oh.
Santa, then your parents just suck.
Yeah, sorry,
you
you
don't
have
have
shitty
anyone to-
parents. I don't know what to tell you.
That's true.
I'm going to turn this around because when I went to school, not everybody believed in Santa. So some people like Jews and shit like that don't believe in like Christmas and Santa, like they wouldn't
Speaking
get
of
gifts from
evil,
Santa.
right?
Speaking of
Oh no!
So, like-
Oh no!
shouldn't the kids
That was a joke.
look
That
at their
was a
surroundings,
joke.
be like, okay, Tommy only got one toy and I got 30, and then Beth over here didn't get any because she doesn't celebrate Christmas. Santa doesn't go to her house. Draw your own conclusions, kids. You should realize Santa's not real at that point. Like, that's kind of
Right.
on them.
I will say
But then
I
it's
don't.
like, yeah.
That's
I
like
don't
a
think
hot
Santa's
take.
bad. I think we should keep Santa around for as long as we can. And
Yeah.
it's not like the parents are actively lying to their kids. Now, what the parents should be doing is saying, don't go around school like being a bitch. Like, don't go bragging about the stuff that you got or whatever. I feel like the kids should be taught that. Like, whenever my dad would get me something that I thought was nice, he like wouldn't let me, like, if it was like a pair of shoes or something, he's like, no, don't wear that to school, because he didn't want to make anybody else feel bad. So I think parents maybe just need to have better conversations with their kids. I mean, when they're really young, it's hard, but also kids sometimes are just bitchy on purpose.
Kind of like the whole be humble thing. Just like teach your kids to like be humble and appreciative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's not cancel Santa.
I saw another
I
thing
don't
where
wanna
people were like,
cancel
just say
Santa.
Santa bought one gift and then everything else is from like mom and dad.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Fair Santa.
Oh, hybrid Santa.
Progressive Santa.
Yeah.
Progressive for
Thrifty,
sure.
thrifty Santa.
What do you guys think the like highest age is that you should still believe in Santa? Like how
7.
old?
Maybe like
do you
6 or
have to stop
7.
believing? My little
Yeah.
brother is in 7th grade and I'm convinced he still believes in Santa.
I feel like I don't think so.
Your
I
brother is
swear he's still
there.
like Santa still comes to my parents' house.
Yeah,
and
when you
we
say
still
6 or
have,
7,
like,
I think
a
you mean
lot.
6th or 7th grade. I mean, so,
Yeah,
like I held on to that dream for a long time.
right. Like I was definitely like the fuck all you kids. He's real. I don't know.
I'll fight
I
anyone
was
that says
not.
otherwise.
Yeah.
I think
Hope was the
I
fuck all you
shared
kids. He's
this.
not.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
shared this on our Christmas.
You were the one
episode
that made
year.
me
No, I didn't
cry.
fucking stop. But I like when I was in 2nd grade, I told my entire Girl Scout troop that Santa wasn't real.
Oh yeah.
And we were
Yeah,
like
that was you. It
7.
made me cry.
Yeah.
That was you in Girl Scouts.
Me trying
Yeah,
to sneak
bitch.
in. Yeah. That clap again.
Jeez.
Yeah, I was a bully as a child, unintentionally. I just
Like most are.
like felt that I was right very often, and I was angry that it wasn't being acknowledged. I didn't
To
mean
be
That's
to.
fair
fair.
about the Santa thing, you were spot on.
I know, I was
Yeah.
right. I was gaslit by
definitely-
the Girl Scout troop leader. She
She's at fault
manipulated
for
me
sure.
and psychologically abused me. Oh, I read one earlier that was like, should dating coworkers be allowed? Like dating within the workplace, should that be allowed? Yes or no?
You froze up in the middle of the question and I didn't hear it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Should dating in the workplace be allowed, like between coworkers?
Yes, but at your own discretion. And I would highly advise against it.
Yeah.
But it should you should be allowed. Unless like at
Have
the same
you guys
level.
ever dated a coworker?
Yes, I have.
Same. That was my longest relationship was with a coworker. Well, I guess it like
Mine
started
too.
as a coworker, but it was like it wasn't. Yeah, it was like we were both fucking like hosts or something like that. Or so it's not like there was any difference between us. I
Yeah.
think it gets weirder if there's like a huge pay difference or something like that.
Like a power dynamic thing?
Yeah. Yeah, that should
might be
probably
worse.
not be allowed. But I feel like you should be able to date your coworker, but like I don't know. I just feel like it's a bad idea. And I think everybody probably knows that's a bad idea. Everyone's got to do it once.
I feel like it's probably
me
pretty
and JJ.
common. What?
Yeah, because
What's up?
you
Me and
Mickey
JJ
Claire.
have we have a buddy that dated his like 46-year-old boss and he's 26.
Oh
And
my
that was, like,
gosh.
not good. Yeah, it was crazy.
Yeah, that sounds not good.
Yeah, then
Well,
it
it worked
Yeah,
out really
there's
well
like
for
a
him for a bit. So.
he had to, well, no, he had to leave his job, so
Oh,
not great.
He was miserable anyways, so it's fine.
Yeah, for sure, for sure,
I
for
think-
sure. Shout out.
I do think between like boss and worker, that shouldn't be allowed because not only could you like lose your job if something goes wrong, but also you could be getting perks by being
oh,
like,
I would guess
sleeping
you're
with the
getting perks.
boss.
I would
Yeah.
hope so.
I would-
Getting perks, not everyone
It's
in
kind
the
of
office
hot
wants
though,
to
right?
have,
It's kind
but
of hot. That little like collar. It's kind of hot, right?
Okay.
That can be
Maybe that's just
a
me.
role
Maybe that's
play
just
thing.
inside.
no, I'm with you.
Get
I'm
out of
with
the
you on this.
workplace.
I won't let you
Just-
die alone there,
just-
buddy. I'll jump on that one.
I was-
Like I was
I
gonna
mean, I was
say, I
gonna
was
say-
hoping I would get somebody to back me up.
Depends on if you work in a foundry or not, but yeah.
Depends on if you're in an all-male
Oh, my
office.
goodness. Yeah, well,
It's,
I don't know.
not if you're in an elite military group, it's not. But
Oh my God. What's the I don't know what one we did last week, but 2 weeks ago, JJ, yours was what is the best way that you, or like if you could only eat potatoes one way for the rest of your life,
Oh,
how
yeah.
would it be?
Yeah,
I did
the
listen to
potatoes.
this, by the way.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm pretty
Well, then
sure
what
too.
So I
persona
remember.
are you giving your potato dish, Hope?
yes.
So JJ's intern, I guess we won't say his girlfriend, his intern. Speaking of power, that's the power.
Yeah.
Hotness.
Yes, I'm all for
We've
it.
gone out of our way to introduce it to our
She-
podcast.
Yeah.
She also said that vodka is made from potatoes, something that we didn't even think of.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which
So if you
is
only have
kills me to
potatoes
not
one
think of.
way, right, for the rest of your life, what would it be?
I would
It
not
still
choose
wouldn't
that.
be vodka.
Yeah, I
No,
would choose
it
a
wouldn't
baked
be
potato.
Vodka for me.
You wouldn't choose vodka? Hold up. We need to talk
No,
about this. What liquor are
Absolutely
you two
not. I
consuming?
enjoy-
And why is it not vodka?
I
I drink
enjoy
tequila.
potatoes
Oh, that
in
explains
so
everything.
many
Jules, I
other
love
ways.
you. Ugh.
So much more than I like vodka. Like I only drink vodka because it's like a good mixing drink.
Low
I can
cal.
go without.
Vodka's like a rebound alcohol.
Yeah.
Your first
That's how you
love was
combat
rum, but it
hangovers.
just didn't
Yeah.
work out between
It's
you
like
two. So.
it serves other purposes, but it's never your primary option.
No.
That's true.
Vodka's the side piece of alcohol.
Vodka is the mistress of alcohols.
Yes.
Like you
So,
only want
Jules, you're a baked
only want
potato?
vodka on a Friday
Yes.
night, never a Tuesday.
Baked potato.
What? Just like a straight up baked potato.
Wait, well, it can only be potato. I can't put anything on my potato.
Well, you can like
Well, you can have it
but that's the
prepared
only way
one
that you can
way.
eat it. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah,
That's the
so I would
only
just
way you
take
can eat it.
a loaded baked potato. That I could eat that every day for the rest of my life.
Nice.
What you put on your baked
Welcome.
potatoes.
Everything, Nick.
Well, lucky
Damn,
Jesus.
Nick.
First of all,
Sorry, I'm still a
Alright,
little mad
fine.
about the chicken thing, the egg thing. I didn't mean to
I
put
know,
that
right?
on you.
Honestly.
oh, you're on the right side of
Over
history
here, just
there.
like picking my skin. So, Hope, how would you do it? How would you do it?
I don't know. I've been thinking too much about it. Because there's so many ways.
It's
Yeah.
actually
really like-
ridiculous.
Do you
Oh,
I saw that. No, I saw it. Ooh, damn.
did you
bro.
see it that time?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, I just felt like Karate Kid
Did
or
you get
whatever.
it? Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yes. I think so. I mean, I had black stuff on my hands, so I think, or else I just haven't washed my hands. But I washed my hands earlier when I touched my dog's
After
ass.
fingering your dog's butthole.
But I
butts.
don't know because there's so many ways. I really love like a classic mashed potatoes.
I forgot
Mhm.
that.
Mashed
Ooh.
potatoes are so good. They're buttery. They're rich. Like they're really good. They're like a solid choice every time. But
And
I really
Thanksgiving
also love
would
au
really
gratin.
suck without them, right?
Yeah, Thanksgiving would suck without them.
Let me change my answer, please. I would do mashed potatoes with gravy.
Oh.
See, mashed
I
potatoes
need
with
the gravy.
And the way like certain foods taste good in mashed potatoes. Like when I was a kid, I would put my chicken nuggets in mashed potatoes.
Yeah.
What about sweet potato fries?
I don't like sweet potatoes.
I love sweet potatoes.
I love sweet
Yeah,
potatoes.
they really are good.
I am not a fan. I'll eat them if they're available because I don't say no to food often, but
Put that on a t-shirt.
What were your
t-shirt.
answers, Big Daddy and JJ? I don't remember.
Baked potato.
That's what I was thinking because when she said
Baked
that, I was like,
potato.
"Isn't that?"
Yep.
Yeah,
That's
someone.
Yeah. It's so versatile.
JJ's,
Yeah,
JJ's was the what? The frat boy?
Yeah, I had the frat boy of potatoes, tachos.
What is that?
It's nachos,
potato
but you use
nachos?
tater tots instead of the chips.
Oh, I had that the other day from Sonic.
So basically just tater
about
tots
hash
for the rest of
browns.
his life.
Yeah, hash browns is a big one. Mine has to be French fries.
Yeah, French fries are classic.
Yeah,
but I
I just
stand
don't.
by
I
the
don't
mashed potato.
Mashed potatoes is. If I don't like mashed potatoes, I really don't like potatoes that much.
You're like
which
Hunter.
I know is insane. But
yeah.
So like they have to be like fried or something to where like I don't taste the potato.
That's how my fiance is, but I started making.
I don't know
like
why.
them. I think his mom didn't cook very well.
That'll do it. Ooh, here's one we haven't done, but I think is good.
Oh God.
Perfect.
Steve Irwin has you in a headlock. What does he tell the audience about you and your habitat?
I don't know who that is.
The crocodile hunter.
What?
He used to have a TV show where he would just like essentially like wrangle wild animals and like tell the viewers about the animal and then release them back into the wild.
I don't know that one.
Julie.
I know.
She doesn't get any references. It's miserable. Try living a day in my shoes. See how it feels.
My phone is really fucking with me. What would yours be, JJ? I feel like you've had time to think about this one.
I'm trying to think of mine.
I have. I just keep going back and forth on like different like stupid facts.
Yeah.
Like, I'd like it to be partly like talk about how much I drink. Like I just want to know like the sheer number. Just like this bad boy will down 9 beers in one sitting, or just like something like that. Over its lifetime, it'll consume an average of 3,600,000.
That's funny.
I say let's do one more and then we can wrap it up.
Perfect.
You want me to ask one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Is it better to be rich with no friends or poor with many friends?
Oh, this is pretty serious.
The thought-provoking questions from Big Daddy.
Would you have is it no friends or few friends?
Let me pull it back up.
Do you still have like family and significant others?
No friends?
It just says friends.
Okay, so
and
I think,
how rich are we talking?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you think rich it sounds like?
I mean,
and then
I'll sell these two down the river for not a whole lot.
What friends?
Shockingly little, actually. Might be easier than the OnlyFans page for me, honestly.
Technically not even life-changing money.
Yeah, just enough to like pay one utility bill for a month.
Right. Yeah. What do I need to put gas in my car and pay myself? That'll do it.
So if we're saying rich, it would be like how many millions?
But you couldn't do anything like fun with you. You'd just be alone with your thoughts. Doesn't that make you want to
Well,
kill yourself?
Well, have
you
you ever
can
had a
die with a lot
buy
of
dog?
like
money, so.
fake friends, right? You can
what?
buy fake friends, right?
Yeah.
But then you would be sad at
I
the
don't
end
know
of the
if
day.
You know.
Right.
'Cause-
But like it's like what's the price that I'm willing to pay to have
But
my
what are you gonna
friends?
go do with all your money? Like you're gonna go do it all by yourself? That just doesn't even sound fun.
Cry in a Ferrari? That sounds kind of
I
fun.
was gonna say.
No, because you'd still be crying. Like you would still
That's
be
the-
genuinely
that's the-
upset.
That's
like all
the,
that stuff. I would rather be happy, and I feel like having genuine friends makes me happy. And
I can't be alone.
already poor with friends, and my life's not too bad.
Yeah.
Have you ever
that's
seen
the
somebody?
Daniel.
Have you ever seen anybody frowning on a jet ski?
That's what I was trying to say. The Daniel Tosh joke. If you ever
Yes.
seen someone frown on a jet ski, it's almost impossible.
It's literally impossible.
True.
I would probably honestly be
You can
poor
have
with
rich
friends, and I
friends.
would just mooch the shit out of that.
Right. I already am
Yeah.
poor with friends, and I'm pretty happy, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm
think
not
I'm gonna
because I
stay
don't want to
poor
live
with my
forever.
friends.
And your friends can help you. Like if you need something or if you want to have a fun time, you can still have fun.
But we're still
You
making
can
it
have
and we're all
rich
poor.
friends, too.
Oh,
Yeah, right.
yeah.
I'm making it.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
out
I
here.
think,
We're here. We're living.
yeah, out here, bro.
And then
Poor
you can
with
still
friends.
like I think probably get rich in the future and have your friends with you.
It
Right.
feels a little like having your
Loophole.
cake. And
Fine. Okay, well I'm gonna stay poor with my friends. That's what I'm gonna do.
Me too.
Same. Friends
Yep,
with
I'm doing
Bucky
the
Boos,
same.
as long as Bucky Boos are our
Right.
friends.
Yeah, but then once we blow up, we're going to act like we don't know you.
I would hope
Completely
so.
understandable.
like
Not
truly-
I
gonna
would
frown on our
hope
jet skis.
so.
They'll be jet skiing around. They'll be like, huh, Big Daddy was right. This isn't bad.
Yeah. That son of a bitch.
All right,
That's funny.
cool. I think that wraps it up.
Also, do y'all want to say where everybody can find you?
Yeah.
Depends on
So
if I
we
can
are
be
the
rich or not.
We are the Feelin Lucky podcast. You can find us anywhere you can find podcasts under Hops News. So there's a couple of different podcasts under that platform, but we are Feelin Lucky. So on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok, we are Feelin Lucky Pod. We don't use any of them like as much as we should. So go listen to the podcast, I guess. But yeah, Feelin without the G, Lucky Pod. And yeah, that's it.
All
Okay,
right.
cool.
Well, thanks for being here.
Oh yeah. Thanks for being here.
Yeah.
I had so
Yeah,
much fun,
guys.
guys. Thank you for joining us.
I love you both so much.
Absolutely.
You guys
Yeah,
are
for sure.
awesome.
Thank you
love
for the
all.
invite.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Big Daddy, thanks for showing up.
Yeah, you know.
Yeah, thanks for showing up, Big Daddy.
Sorry for holding you up a little.
No, it's fine.
No.
All right, guys. If y'all want to, y'all can leave if you
Bye.
want. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Bye. Love you guys.
Yeah,
All
love you
right,
too.
bye.
Bye.
We'll see ya.
Bye, Big Daddy.
You can stay. We'll be like, all right, now that those two guys are gone.
All right, guys. Last call.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
It's a lot quieter now that they've left.
Yeah.
Mine is a tweet that says, I'm something of a fucking idiot myself. I saw that, saved it. I like it. It fits me. So that's my vibe.
Yeah, I like that. Mine is another one from my friend Adam. He just kills it.
King.
And honestly, I thought it'd be kind of funny to just keep on quoting him
Until he
he'll
comes
never
on.
know. Until he comes on or listens to the podcast and goes,
Yeah.
Hope, what the hell?
Yeah.
So this says, I don't do plant-based. I'm just regular based. And I loved it. You don't understand what based is, do you?
No. What is that?
I don't want to explain it.
What?
It's just like Gnarly, quit. Just know it's a funny joke. Gnarly, stop.
You're not gonna explain it to me?
Okay, fine. Based is like, I don't know how to explain it really. It's like you just like all your thoughts are like good, I guess. Like you're woke, basically. It's like someone says like something true that you agree with, you'd be like, damn, that's based.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
One
See,
day
it's
we'll
not funny if I have to explain it to you.
I mean, if I'm not gonna say anything because this is our friend. Okay. Follow us on Instagram at Bucky Booze Podcast. Follow us on Twitter at Bucky Booze Pod. Email us at buckyboozepodcast@gmail.com if you want to give us any tips, any tricks, or you have anything to say. Take away.
Now I don't really know what to do. Rate us? Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Rate us a 5-star review on Apple. And check out our merch.
And last but not least, please, guys, I keep saying this and nothing is happening. For the love of God, just go ahead and leave us a review on Google Maps.